Meilah Daf Ches, new Mishnah. The Mishnah is discussing chatas ha'oif. A person who has to bring a bird chatas, such as a woman who gave birth, a metzora, a nazir. That bird becomes Kaddish Kedushas Haguf from the point of time that you set aside and designate this bird as a chatas ha'oif. A chatas ha'oif has three stages: Melika, Hazah, and Mitzui. Melika is where the kohen takes his thumb, the nail from his thumb, instead of shechting it with a knife from the front of the neck, he puts his thumb through the back of the neck. Then he takes the bird and shakes the neck with the blood onto the mizbeach, and then that's called Hazah. Then he takes the bird and squeezes the bird's blood out onto the mizbeach. That's called the Mitzui. Once the kohen performs Melika, it changes status, the bird, from Kedushas Haguf to Kedushas Karban. And therefore, at that point on, it becomes susceptible to Tumah from a Tfil Yoim and a Mechusar Kippurim. Tfil Yoim and Mechusar Kippurim are people who are Tamei. Tfil Yoim is somebody that went to the mikveh and is waiting for the sun to go down to be completely tar. Mechusar Kippurim is waiting for the following day to bring a carbon to be completely tar and mechuber. Those people, according to Chachamim in the Mishnah, they create a psul in the chatas ha'oif. In other words, they make the chatas ha'oif tamei, but the chatas ha'oif doesn't have the ability to transmit tum any further. But according to Abba Shol, a Tfil Yoim is much stronger. He's a Rishon. And the way it works typically in Tumah, if you are a Rishon and you touch something else, that something else becomes a Sheni. It always goes down one level. And if a Sheni touches something, that something else becomes a Shlishi. According to Rameir, a Tfil Yoim is a Sheni, therefore he creates a Shlishi. According to everybody though, if a Tfil Yoim touches Truma, even Rameir, even Chachamim, Abba Shol, they'll all hold that it only becomes Pasal. Once we go to the following stage of Hazah, the third stage, there's Melika, Hazah, and Mitzvah. So if you did the second stage, Hazah, so from that point on, you're able to create pigul. You think in your head an intent to eat this bird, this chatos, at a later date, and you're able to do noisar, leftover, and tamei. That is, if somebody who's tamei eats it, he's chayiv. But from that point on, after Zrika, Hazah is like Zrika, there is no Meilah anymore. Then it went from Rishus Hashem, Kachi Hashem, to the Rishus of the Kehanim. Now, if the bird goes out, then it will be usher to eat, according to Rebbe Akiva, as we had the other day. By chatas ha'oif, you do Hazah, as we said, and only afterwards you do Mitzui. There's a machlokes hamirayim in Rav, and also there's two shittas in Rabbi Shmuel. If Mitzui is an essential avodah, must you do Mitzui or not? The Gemara tried to prove from the pasuk. It says V'hanishar, the leftover blood, Yimatzeh, you should do Mitzui, and then it says Chatas hu. In other words, only after you do Mitzui is this considered a Chatas. In other words, it's essential. So the Gemara says, no. In fact, it means if there is any leftover blood, if there's leftover blood, then there's a mitzvah to do Mitzui. And the word Chatasu doesn't say this is the only way to do Chatas. Chatasu is going on the beginning of the pasuk on the Hazah part. That is what creates a Chatas. The Gemara asks a question though. There's a similar word. If you're telling me the Hanishar means only if, and only then it's a mitzvah, so then there's a similar word by Mincha. It says the Hanoiseres, the leftover, would seem like if there's leftover. But we know that Shirayim is a chiyuv. In other words, if you're missing from the Shirayim even a little bit, it makes the mincha apostle. So the Gemara says that's different because there's an extra yitur over there that we learned it out from. The Gemara tried to prove, because it says that pigul is done during the Melika and during Mitzui. Now pigul could only occur during one of the essential avodas. So obviously Mitzui is essential avodah, so the Gemara says no. The Mishnah is talking about where the Mitzui is actually essential, and that everybody agrees by a chas oila, as we're going to have tomorrow. You don't do Hazah, you only do Mitzvah, and that's where it's essential, and that's what the Mishnah is referring to. Have a wonderful day.